Hello friends, welcome once again to another session of English language. As we all know that due to this pandemic, we all have been stuck down at home, and to keep your learning going on, we are here back with another educational video. And today in this session, I'm going to teach you how to write an email. According to your new and revised syllabus, this question has been added since last year. You all are familiar with a letter writing, which you have been doing from school time. Now, this is something new that we all are using in this latest technology. We all are become so used to technology that it has become a part of our lives. So to communicate, to send messages, it would be very boring for you to sit down and write a letter. If you have to talk to your cousin, you will not sit down and write a letter. You'll just grab a phone and type in a message and just send it. Similarly, any work, any professional work, any business work, it has all been converted into an email. So in this world of technology, why stay back? There are some tips that you have to keep in mind while you write an email. It's similar to writing a letter, but the format is totally different. So come on, let's learn how to write a proper email. Before I begin and before I tell you how a proper email is written, there are a few things that I would like to tell you. What is an email? As you can see, email is an electronic mail that is used to send and receive messages from a number of people. You can send the same message to numerous people at the same time. That also at a click of a button. Now, when was this email invented? Email was invented by Ray Tomlinson, and from that time onwards we have been using the email. When you write an email, there are certain things and tips that, my dear friends, you need to keep in mind. What are those tips? Now, why email? Why not a letter? In olden days people did write letters. Letters were in trend, letters were written, letters were received. Why letters? Why not letters? Why email? So the first thing that I would like to tell you, we have to use emails because of the speed. For sending an email, you don't require a lot of time, just as you require for a letter. Writing a letter, posting it, and then when the letter reaches the destination, it takes a lot of time. But it is not so for an email. You just type it and you just send the send option and the email is sent to the person. So the first thing that is very important here is the speed, the instant speed with which the message is conveyed. Second thing that I would like to tell you is the cost. What about the cost? How much does it cost? If you write a letter, you need a postcard, you need a stamp, you need many other things that are required to write a letter. But here, there is no cost at all. Just at the cost of your email, the cost of your recharge, you can just send the email. Once you recharge your net pack is sufficient for sending email. You don't need any extra charge for sending the email. And the third thing, my dear friends, is that you can call it also as an eco-friendly option. Now, how can email be eco-friendly? It is eco-friendly because it is paperless. Yes, you're right. You can save paper by using this email option. Now, once you are well versed with the background of email, I would like to tell you a few tips that you have to keep in mind when you write email. Now, what are those tips? Now, as you can see here, this is the layout of an email. Okay, right before you, this is the entire layout. When you go to the option of mail in your mobile phone or in your laptop, you will come across this sort of layout. First and foremost thing is that you require an email account of your own. And the person to whom you are sending this mail, he also should be, the receiver should also have an email account. So when you write email, what is very important is that I would like to tell you, my dear students, you should not use the SMS language. Now, what is this SMS language? Nowadays, when you chat on WhatsApp, the spellings have all shrinked down. If you have to say you You will not type you like this. You just write you. If you have to say good night, you just write good night. And if you have to say any other word, the words have all shrinked down. So whenever you write a proper, a formal mail or an informal mail, avoid using this SMS language, my dear friends. And second thing, when you write, your language should be very polite. The words that you use and the message that you have to convey has to be very polite. You cannot be harsh when you use the language. Okay? Choose proper words. Your sentences should be grammatically correct. It should be concise. The punctuations should be there appropriately when you write a email. Now, just as letters are of two types, formal and informal. Now, you know very well, I did not explain you what is formal and informal. You can call it as business and friendly letters. Emails are also classified into the two categories simultaneously. Formal emails that you send to your principal, that you send to any for any business purpose, like you have ordered, you are ordering something from online, and you have received a faulty equipment, and you are complaining about it. These types of all emails come under formal email. And informal ones are the ones that you send to your parents, your friends, your relatives, and all these are categorized into friendly emails. So now let us move on, let us move on to the entire body of the email, how a proper email is written. As you can see, first thing, when you go or when you write an email, you have to, your address, means the person who's writing the email, his address comes here. Now you know how an email address is. ABC or XYZ, someone's name will come, and then at the rate of gmail.com or at the rate of yahoo.com, many websites are there. You all know that what is an email account. I need not tell you that, okay? So the sender's address always comes here at the top of the page. Sender's address. Now what address? Email address. Second, the address of the person to whom you are sending your email. That address will come here. Now after writing, now these are the two main things that you have to keep in mind. The address, the email address needs to be very appropriate. Then only your email will reach the correct destination. Then comes the subject. Now how do you, this is a very major part of writings that people tend to make mistake when they write subjects. Now how to write a subject? The subject needs to be very concise, very brief. Means it has to be to the point. You cannot write a big paragraph into subject. That is absolutely wrong. Your subject can include a few words. Few words means literally few words. It can even be an incomplete sentence in that sense. Okay? You need not use complete sentence while writing the subject. Now what are the types of subjects that we usually come across in writing email? The first subject is application. Now application means when you are writing an application for a job profession, for the profile of a manager, you are applying for a post of a professor, or you are trying to apply for any kind of job around the globe, it comes application. Application can be for jobs or for any other purposes. Second comes inquiry. Now you are making an inquiry about a particular thing. To know more about a particular thing, you have to write the, you can use the word inquiring about, so and so particular thing. Then comes questioning. When you have some queries, when you have certain doubts about, there is a bank that is offering certain schemes and you want to know more about those schemes. So when you write subject, you can use the word questioning about, your policies, your the offers that the bank or, a particular company is providing. Then you can use the word question, and then complaint. There are email complaints that are sent. Now what is a complaint? When you seek redressal from a particular company, if you are upset with something and you complain about it. If you have booked the ticket and you don't get the ticket on time, and you have you purchased something online and it is not delivered to you in the given time. So you can complain. Complaints are of several types as you all know. Again, I am underlining this fact, my dear children, that when you write subject, use minimum words. It should not go beyond 5 to 6 words. Keep it short and keep it to the point. Okay. That means you are introducing your content. आपको किस बारे में email लिखना है ये आप subject में clear कर रहे हो. You know, when you write a professional email or a professional letter, you know, for example, if you're writing a letter to the bank, there are, you know, hundreds of mails or that they receive in a day. They don't have time to sit and read each and every one of them. So if you're writing it, your subject is clear, they can start and they can solve the problem that you are facing. So keep your subjects short and to the point. After subject comes your salutation. Salutation means how you start your letter, how you greet your letter. You know, after complaint, when you come down, it's salutation. How will you address the person? Means what will you call that person to whom you're writing this email? Generally, you can use the word dear sir, dear ma'am, if you're not familiar with that person. Okay? Or you can use Mr. Solanki or Mrs. Bajaj, whatever it is. You can call it, address them with their second name. Okay? The surname that you call. This is generally the way that we use while writing the emails. Okay? It is a formal way of writing. If you are writing an informal email, so you can also use hi and hello. It is not used for a formal letter or an email. It is used for informal mails. If you're writing to one of your friends or if you're writing to one of your colleagues, you can start by writing hi and hello. Don't make the mistake of addressing a senior person or you know, a respectable person by using these words. Okay, it is out of etiquette. It is better that we write Mr. so and so, Mrs. so and so, or you can, in other words, write dear sir and dear ma'am. Okay, these are a few things that you need to keep in mind, and that is all, you know, all about writing the proper formal email. After that, when you come down, you know, we start with the main paragraph, the first paragraph of your email. Now, when you're writing email, my dear friends, you have to keep in mind that it should not be too long. You're not writing a letter to your close friend or your cousin, that it can be of pages and pages and pages. Okay, keep it short, to the point. The message should be conveyed with the minimum words that you can use. Okay, so the first paragraph that basically you are going to write, you have to use greetings. You have to greet the person. The beginning of your email should be pleasant. Okay, it should be warm. When a person reads your email, when he opens it, it should be filled with warm wishes, or a good opening should be there. Okay, how are you, and you know, all those things. A warm opening to your email. Then when you come to the second paragraph will be your content paragraph. Content means now you have to come to the point why you are writing this email, the reason of writing this email. What do you want to convey to the person who is reading your email? The main content, the main, you can say that you have to convey why you are writing this email. For example, if you are seeking help from someone, okay, you're expecting any sort of help. So you have to mention here in detail that what are you expecting. Are you expecting some kind of help? Are you expecting some kind of reply from that person? That all things should be mentioned here. You have to specify the things that you are in the second paragraph. That can be any sort of help that you are needing, or any you know, any type of offers that you are waiting for, or all that thing comes in the second paragraph, the main paragraph of the email. And then after writing that, you come to the third paragraph that we call as the concluding paragraph of your email. Now, you know, when you conclude a particular thing, when you come to an end, it should not be abrupt. जिसको हम कहेंगे आधा अधूरा. You have to complete it in a proper sense. You have to use proper words. You have to thank the person who has given time to read your email. In case if you are expecting a reply from them, you have to mention that, sir, I'm waiting for your kind reply. Or if you are complaining, you request them that, sir, I expect you to look into this matter and reply as soon as possible. So as you start in a proper way, your closing of the content also should be in a polite and a humble manner. Don't close it abruptly. Okay. So when you end the third paragraph, when you finish writing what you have to say in your email, when you have said whatever you have to say, you know, for whichever purpose out of these you are writing an email, whether you are inquiring, whether you are suggesting something in that mail, whether you are complaining about something, these are the 3 paragraphs that you have to utilize, and your entire topic should be covered in these 3 paragraphs using minimum sentences. Okay? Don't make it too long. Keep it short and keep it to the point. When you end your email, you have to use words such as thank you, with regards, warm regards, with best wishes, because this is what conveys your etiquettes and, you know, the warm feeling, the positive feeling you convey to the person to whom you are writing this email. Okay? And after you write that thing, at the ending, you have to mention your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. Okay? Now, why do you need to write all these things? I'll tell you right here in the end. I hope you all can see that. When you come to the end, for example, if you're writing the email to an unknown person means if you're writing this, complaining something that you've brought through online, and you are complaining and you need feedback, you need your product returned, or, you know, whatever. So they don't know where you stay, they don't know other details about you. So when you're writing to an unknown person or to an unknown company, for example, you have ordered a television set, so you need to, you know, you're ordering something, so you have to give all these details, necessary details, at the end of your email. Okay? So just quickly have a look at all these main points that, you know, I need to convey to you, and with this you come to an end of your email writing session. I hope I have cleared most of your doubts that come in your mind while writing your email. The words that you have to use, what punctuations, of course grammar and punctuation is also important. So when you use proper words, when you use proper grammatical sentences, then is the time that you can write an effective email. Okay? Whether you write it to for formal purpose or you write it for informal purpose, make sure you use correct sentences, make sure you punctuate it, avoid using SMS languages. Nowadays you all are very familiar because of WhatsApp and other social media that you use. So use correct sentences, grammar should be proper, and with the help of that you will be able to write a very effective email.